All right, another movement pattern here I want you to think about a little bit more. We're talking about flexibility, mobility, being able to move and keep stress off our backs. One of the big areas we need to work are our quads. We tend to think hamstrings all the time. And yes, if the hamstrings are tight, that definitely puts a big stress onto the hips and into that low back. But what I want you to think about now is our quads. So, basic thing I want you to do, and I'm going to show you a couple little things progression wise, easy to go into it. First thing is, if you've got some knees that may be an issue and hard to kneel down, get yourself a pad or a knee. All I'm using is just a foam pad here, but you could use a pillow off the couch, doesn't make any difference. All I want to do here is go into just basic here, where we're going to actually do our in a lunge position. So from right here, all I want you to do is you kneel down on this, put that front foot forward so the heel is in front of this knee here. All I'm going to do is the body stays nice and tall. Good posture is we're not going to lean over here. I want to bring this knee forward so we get stretch on this quad here. Now, as I'm doing this, what I don't want to do is arch and feel this in the back. So bring yourself back into position, get in a pelvic tilt, so tuck underneath. You maintain that. Now we bring the knee forward. And you may right here feel a stretch already. If you feel a stretch here, it doesn't matter. As long as I don't feel it in the back, this is what I want to feel. You're going to hold this at least 20 to 30 seconds. As this gets easier, I want 1 to 2 minutes on this. When it's easy, don't feel much here, then we just take this forward just a little bit, but again, maintaining this. If we start going out and we feel it in the back, it's because we've lost posture and we're arching. So tuck that in, keep the abs tight, reach forward, holding the stretch. Now, when this gets easier, you can basically bring this knee over here, the ankle, the knee is now behind the hips, and you don't feel anything in there. Now I want you to go to the next point. Now what we do is we can either scoot a bench up for this, or you can get next to the couch. And all we're going to do is just go forward, kind of roll that leg around, foot's up on top. Now from this point, you may feel a real good stretch. And that's great. We don't have to worry about going forward or anything else. Just from here, body tall, but get in, not feeling in the back. So you can sit back, adjust, but I only want to feel this. Same rule. Keep this on there, 20 seconds at least. 30 seconds is what I want, minimum, working up to a minute beyond. If you feel a hard stretch in any of these, back it off. So if this right here is pulling too hard, get your leg down on the ground. If right here I'm underneath, it's straight and tall, and I feel a stretch, great, that's your spot. We don't have to go to the advanced movement up. Again, keep in mind, these bodies 50 and older going through, they don't do what they did 30 years ago, most of them. We're just trying to keep active, keep moving so we can handle the stress of what we're doing. So going to these, and then of course, make sure you do left to right. You're going to find one side is tighter than another. We've got to fix that. They should be equal. If you always have one side tighter, think of that spine here, of our hip here, actually of steering wheel. So on here, my quads, they're too tight, my hamstrings too tight, the back, abdomen's weak, all these things aren't working evenly. Or now you have a problem with left to right. This one's tighter than this side, or this hamstring's tighter than this quad, or anything. Now you not only have a problem with it rolling forward back, but now tilting as well. So this is why this stuff is so important, and we keep working on it daily. So check these out. Start with the basics, progress up to the tougher one, and then we've got more for you coming up forward. So make sure you guys are part of the page, not just watching the video. If you've got a Gmail, make sure you log onto this, you subscribe to it, and then hit notification bell. Once you do that, you're going to get these notes. Every time we put a video, it goes to you automatically. So make sure you're part of that and let us know. Put it in the message box or send us an email at bodybybobs@gmail.com right there. And then from there, we'll go ahead and answer or put one on one of our next posts for us. If you're thinking it, there's others thinking the same thing. Keep it moving.